An Evening at the Movies is a proud member of the I Did Not Make These Rankings podcast network. Other shows in the network include Mass Debaters, The Sip List, Crushgasm, Love is Black, Men Are the Prize, Crime Rewind, and Literature Reapers. You can find out all about our shows and more at idnmtrpodcastnetwork.com. Happy listening. You are now entering the world of a movie review. A world full of drama, joy, ridicule, movie spoilers, unpopular opinions, and adult humor for as far as the eye can see. Welcome to An Evening at the Movies. Dun-dun-dun.
Greetings and salutations. I am back, and my co-host is back. It feels like it's been forever since we've done this.
A little over 24 hours. I mean, it's been a while. It's been a hot minute.
It's still not the shortest gap that we've ever had in between shows.
That's a true story.
I believe there was actually a time in the past where we almost had no gap in between shows, and we went back to back.
Oh yeah, we've had some two-a-days.
Like 2 or 3 times.
We're working like high school football players out on the field before the season starts.
Exactly. And again, I have no idea why it's
it's still not working. Sorry, our guest is patiently waiting while we sit here and talk, but
no, you're fine.
For some reason, it's not
we're 2.5 minutes, almost 2.5 minutes into the show, and I still haven't introduced the show because Facebook is being stupid. And I think Facebook honestly is changing shit around because like I'm getting notified all the time now that my live episodes are going to be deleted after so long.
I've gotten those too.
So,
all right. Well, I'm sharing the YouTube link on Facebook, and I sent it to my dad in case he's not busy.
That works too, because we need people to watch and we need people to enjoy the show. But greetings, everybody. Welcome to day 2 of our live episode fest. This is An Evening at the Movies, the podcast where we eat stale popcorn, we drink the watered down soda, we talk about all of our favorite movies and why we love them. Hi, co-host.
Hi. Speaking of stale popcorn, I am eating my popcorn tonight out of my very special Frankenstein popcorn bucket from Universal Studios. Back of his head opens up, the popcorn comes out. It's very nice. And you can wear it as a necklace when you're walking around the park. So, it came from Halloween Horror Nights a couple of years ago, and I love this little guy. I mean, look how fucking cute he is.
Was that the same year that you bought me the Jaws magnet that's on my refrigerator door?
Yes. And I have my Universal Halloween Horror Nights shirt, and there is a Wolfman on here somewhere, but he's tiny. I think he's on one of my
That's
boots.
Michael Myers. Let him go.
No, but I'm telling you, there's a Wolfman on here, and there's a Dracula at the bottom, but the Wolfman's like right under my boobs, so I think he's busy.
Dracula is not a bottom.
Hey, we don't know that.
He could be a bottom. We don't know.
He's into some freaky stuff.
Yeah. We don't know what vampires do.
Hey, I know all. Just kidding. No, I don't. So before we get to the movie, because that's what we do, we do have a guest who's back with us for the second time. Not 1, but 2.
That's right.
She will be back again in a few weeks for some more shenanigans, but we have to get through these shenanigans first. So we are joined tonight by Movie Miss from Let's Talk Turkeys. So welcome back.
Thank you. A proper greeting.
Yes. It's the only thing you're worthy of.
From one queen to another.
Exactly.
And I'm happy to be here. I'm super excited about this one because this is, even though he's not considered to me technically like a werewolf like I like now, he's the original. He's the old school, well, pretty much the original. So yeah, super excited about this one.
Wait, there's an older one than him?
I believe it's called Werewolf of London, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
It could have been after.
I saw that in my research, but I did not look at the year. So
I'm going to correct myself if I'm wrong because I
didn't.
hate being.
Don't worry, I'll correct you if you're wrong. If I decide you're wrong, I'll correct you.
Yeah, it's
Well,
1935, so it
I'm
is
that
older
bitch.
than the picture
Okay.
today.
Well, there you go.
Not by much, but
But it is old.
I mean, it's not Harvey old, but you know.
This
I
is
mean,
true.
my husband will celebrate every single day for the entire 10 days out of the year that I'm 3 years older than him. So if it counts, it counts. Yeah, he's a real little bitch baby about it.
But Jeej needs to freaking chill out and have a gummy.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him onto the gummies. Smoking it gives him a half chub though, so it's like half the work's done for me. But can't do that.
No comment at all.
Texas done gone and banned all the hemp, all the cannabis, except for CBD. So we're in trouble out here, y'all. We have no porn, and now we have no weed. Send help.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. They come for alcohol. We ride at dawn.
You wonder why Dre has said he will never come to Texas.
I don't know why anybody would come to Texas. I hate it here, but it is what it is.
I came to Texas.
Okay, well, to see me, obviously. I mean, it's the only reason to come here. This godforsaken place.
Well, I mean,
conservative cesspool.
It was you, and then one spot higher on the list was Gordon Ramsay beef Wellington, but I digress.
That was a good Wellington.
That was quite amazing.
For people who don't know, George made a
just
beef
like an
Wellington
M&M
for us when Kasey was here.
Amanda made summer corn risotto.
It wasn't too shabby for my first attempt.
It was the bomb too.
Thanks.
No.
Risotto is tough. You know what I saw the other day on, now I can't remember if it was Top Chef or Master Chef. It was Top Chef. The challenge was literally a risotto challenge, and 2 people didn't even fucking use rice. One used, I can't remember what they used, but there were 4 people. 2 of them made their risotto. I think one used like squash or something. I don't know, but the risotto is literally in the challenge, and risotto means by or with rice. So it's in the name, people. I swear.
I was going to say, isn't rice the main ingredient in risotto?
Yes. And the word risotto is Italian for with rice or by rice or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, morons. That's not what we're here to talk about.
This movie needed risotto.
Every movie needs risotto. Risotto all day, every day.
Well, I'm not going to argue. I mean, that summer corn risotto was, chef's kiss. But
thanks. Take the compliment.
It is technically, as we're doing this live, it is week 3 still of Classic Hollywood Month. When this actually drops and releases, though, it'll be week 4 of Classic Hollywood Month, with only one other movie separating us from the amazing wonderment that is Summerween. But we'll get
I'm so glad I could bring that to your life.
Ever since you spit it out of your damn mouth, because evidently you don't swallow.
Ew.
Nope.
TMI.
Nope. There are a lot of things I'll do.
There's
That's I will not do.
no
Anyway,
shame.
yeah, don't start because you know I'll talk
But
anyway.
oh, I know. I'm trying to fuel the gummy that you supposedly were supposed to take an hour and a half
I
ago.
did. It hasn't kicked in yet, but it will.
Ooh,
Man,
tune in late. No, don't tune in later. Stay tuned in, because
sorry,
shit's about to get
I
real.
I got to break in for this important message. Is that a Roadrunner on the wall behind you? I see something with a beak. What is that?
Oh, that's my turkey. My logo for my show.
Who are you talking to?
Wow, I'm a fucking idiot.
Do you have anything on the wall behind you, sir? I don't think so.
Exactly.
I got cool shit in my area.
Well, I normally do, but I had to pack it all up. To
I've
stage
got a
it.
wall on the wall behind me.
But my new office will be Taylor
Tell
Swift.
prospective buyers to stay the hell out of your office.
We got our damn delay here again. I actually went to Home Goods today and picked up a very Taylor coded thing that I can't wait to hang in my new office. So
very cool.
It's going to be a shrine. Yeah. So Classic Hollywood Month. We're here to talk some Universal horror.
Talking about creepy fucking stalkers. So yes, Classic Hollywood Month. Back to said topic of the episode. We're here to honor. We've done a Marilyn Monroe movie. We've done some drag queens. We've done, so I don't forget it again, like I did yesterday. Foxy Foxes.
Fucking Foxy Foxes.
And
wow.
The fuck did? Oh my god! Remind me what we did yesterday.
But Mary Poppins, you idiot! What are you, an idiot sandwich?
Jesus Christ! Oh Jesus!
It's okay. It's been a lot.
I'm a fucking moron. It's like I literally specifically did not want to forget Robin Hood this time, so I pushed Mary Poppins out of my head, put Robin Hood in, and then forgot all about Mary Poppins.
So there's only so much space in that tiny little brain of yours, is what you're saying.
Well, I mean, supposedly somebody else, not naming any names, says that I'm a direct descendant of Frankenstein.
Anyway,
but
if I have to hit it off Frankenstein's fat foot, he has to play it where it lies. Sorry. I love Frankenstein, but I always think of that quote whenever I hear Frankenstein.
The Happy Gilmore. I cannot wait to discuss the sequel on this show.
I'm scared.
But we're not talking about Happy Gilmore 2 on an evening at the movies tonight. We are talking about a classic Universal monster movie from 1941. We're talking about The Wolfman. Bum, bum, bum.
Yes.
Or,
bum, bum, bum.
God forbid, that horrible music that played during the damn Universal introduction that made it seem like a bad superhero movie that we were getting ready to watch.
Yours must be different because mine wasn't like that. Mine was like the old school Universal logo, and it played like
me too.
The intro music into the title sequence. So I think because you have a DVD, right? I don't know. I watched it on Prime, but
my DVD was like that.
Okay.
I watched mine. I've got a DVD, and it was. I watched it on Prime instead.
Oh, all right. Well, you just interpreted that music different than I did. I'll just tell you.
I'm a crotchety curmudgeon, so people can get over it.
But the title sequence when it comes on the screen and that opening music is fan-fucking-tastic.
Yep, I love it.
I know we're not there yet. Go ahead.
You guys would, but no. We have to do the background information first. So for those of you who need to know, and if you're here watching, then obviously you need to know because it's a tradition on the show. But The Wolfman released on December 9th, 1941. It was directed by George Wagner, was released obviously by Universal Pictures. Had a budget of $180,000. And for some
Wow.
reason, I could not find the box office numbers for this movie.
Hmm.
But I did find the adjusted box office gross, which
Okay.
has the domestic box office of $99.6 million.
Nice.
Okay, that doesn't sound right to me. Where did you find
And
that? That does not sound right.
Well, I think that's adjusted for today's
uh,
numbers, right?
That's still
That's still a lot, but
inflation.
okay. I'll take your word for it.
We're not going with box office numbers anyway. For those of you who may or may not have seen this, the goddamn movie, I'm calling it a short film because any movie that's barely an hour long is not a movie.
it
So
is a very short
I
movie.
did warn Amanda that I'm changing the name of the podcast tonight. We're on an evening at the short films, not an evening at the movies.
Oh, okay.
But if you need to see the movie, it is not streaming for free anywhere. You have to rent it wherever you get your rental fix. And before we move on to Amanda telling us about this wonderful black and white classic, I have a couple Rotten Tomato scores for everybody to try and guess. Whenever
I am stumped on
you
this
are
one for real.
ready, let's go. Let's go guest first on this one. I have a tomato meter, which is the critics,
Okay.
and I have a popcorn meter, which is the audience. No Google magic.
Not Googling. Here's my hands, officer. Not Googling. I'm gonna guess critics went around 55. And I'm gonna guess audience of around 65. Hopefully.
Okay. You're actually kind of in the
Co-host?
area I was going to play in. I was going to go a little higher just because, I'm a slut.
I don't want to know what. I don't want to know what areas you're playing in.
So many jokes. Okay. I'm going to go critics. We're going to go tomato meter 63. And I'm going to go popcorn meter 69 just because it's a fun number.
I love the way you think.
That's what she said. So, Amanda's streak of covering the spread has officially come to an end at one episode in a row.
Man, I was so close last time.
Because you were not even in the freaking ball this time.
Okay.
The audience gave this movie an 80%.
Shut the fuck up.
And on 45 views, the critics gave this a whopping 91%.
Wow.
Those are all way higher than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, I did not expect that.
I'm not trying to pull spoilers for the rest of the episode and into our reviews, I don't hate this movie by any stretch of the imagination, but if I wasn't reading the scores off of Rotten Tomatoes and I was guessing, I probably would have guessed about the same that you ladies did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's a nice
Not
surprise. It's definitely a
that
surprise.
usually Rotten Tomatoes gets it wrong in the opposite direction.
Right.
But yeah, this movie isn't a bad. I mean, especially for the time, this was probably, you know, groundbreaking shit.
Yeah, I gotta think so. I gotta think the
But
makeup effects were pretty cool for the time.
Agreed. Except for the giant rubber feet.
but
I
before
always have a problem with that. I don't think they were meant to be seen in HD.
Yeah, those things are huge. That's what she said.
I'm sure the special effects people were sitting there thinking about, maybe in about 80 years they'll have this thing called high definition, and maybe we better come up with a better plan. No, not really. So, um, co-host,
Yes.
would you like to quit playing with your CGM and
Hey, that was my pump, not my
let us know
CG.
what this movie is about?
I'm calling it my Tamagotchi now. Actually, I'm
Oh.
calling myself a Tamagotchi because that's basically what I am. Okay. So yes, and before I do that, to do our little new quick segment again, um, this film was not recognized or awarded for anything, really. No major movie nominations. Duh. Yeah, not a shocker. Horror always gets ignored. It was nominated for 3 different AFI lists, 100 Years, 100 Thrills, 100 Years, 100 Heroes and Villains, and 100 Years, 100 Film Scores. However, it did not actually make it onto any of those top 100s. The only
Boo.
the only accolade I could find was the Online Film and Television Association put it in their Hall of Fame in 2022.
Mhm.
And I don't even know what the Online Film and Television Association is, but there you go.
Long as it's recognized somewhere,
Yeah.
right? Something.
AFI tried and failed, and OFTA gave it a little nod. So there you go.
Okay.
All right. The Wolfman. When his brother dies, Larry Talbot returns to Wales and reconciles with his father. While there, he visits an antique shop and, hoping to impress Gwen, the attractive shopkeeper, buys a silver walking cane. That same night, he kills a wolf with it, only to later learn that he actually killed a man. Wow, I screwed that up. A gypsy explains that it was her son, a werewolf, that he killed, and that Larry is now one himself. Dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, I noticed for PC-ness, we for political correctness, we say Romani people now. So
Oh,
when I'm watching this movie, I'm laughing. They said gypsy like
so many
50 times. So many. It could be a drinking game, you'd be dead.
times.
So many times. I was cringing every time.
Okay, well, I knew gypsy wasn't the right word anymore, but I actually didn't know the word you just said. I'm just going to call them fortune tellers for the episode.
Oh, yeah,
Even
no,
though
no,
they
I'm
weren't
not
all fortune tellers.
disparaging. Like they call them gypsies in the movie. We're discussing
Yeah.
the movie. It's not us, it's the movie.
Right.
Like that's how I am with it. But yeah, I just thought that was funny.
I mean, that could be a drinking game as well as Wolfman has nards, which we know we're going to talk
Don't
about.
say in this movie, you guys. They don't.
We know, but anytime somebody just says Wolfman, I immediately think Wolfman has nards. I mean, it's Monster Squad.
2.
I'm ready for my prize. It's not time yet.
So the opening of this film,
Because
Mm-hmm.
I have to know if you guys laugh at this or if I'm just weird and picked this out. They're showing the encyclopedias and they open up to the definition of lycanthropy.
Mm-hmm.
And what I thought was funny was this looks like an official encyclopedia set, like that anybody could buy and have in their home. And yet the definition singles out small village near Talbot Castle. Like, this is the world-known, world-renowned castle here?
I mean, it might be.
Well,
So,
I mean,
sorry. What, Kasey?
well, I was just gonna say, you don't know how important the Talbot people are in this universe.
I mean, that's
That's
fair.
what I'm saying.
For
Clearly.
me, I was like, I cannot believe that lycanthropy is listed in an actual encyclopedia / medical book as an actual psychiatric condition. Like, what? Like,
You mean
somebody
you've never
copy of
you've
Grey's
never seen
Anatomy.
anybody that runs out and howls at the moon? They think they're a wolf?
Yeah. Well,
I'm not gonna lie.
because I'm a werewolf.
Every morning when I go to work, there's a guy that's walking down the main road as I'm headed out of town to go out to my client's house, and I don't know what his deal is, but he's all walking down the street with his, face pointed up at the sky and hands up, holding up the sky like he's expecting Moses to come down and, part the Red Seas in front of him and all of that.
Oh,
It's
you were saying he
weird.
was howling.
Yeah, does he not howl? I was waiting for the howling part of that story.
I don't have my window down because I don't want to know. There's enough weirdness in this community. I don't need to know any more than I absolutely have to know.
I mean, it is the Pacific Northwest. If you're going to run into werewolves, that's probably a likely place.
Right, with Bigfoot.
At least according to Stephanie Meyer.
Oh my God, do not get me started on that.
I
Wow.
legitimately thought we were going to get through a whole episode of this show on werewolves
No,
and not bring up that franchise.
not happening. Not happening.
Well, considering that they're wolves and they're not actually werewolves as we know them,
True.
is it the same? I don't know. But I want to, you were talking about odd behavior. So can we please talk about Larry?
Somebody's got to talk about Larry.
This
I mean,
man.
Creepy pervert Larry?
This man, right?
fucking
Dude literally walks into a jewelry store and tries to buy earrings that he saw in the lady's freaking bedroom while he was peeping at her.
Oh, don't you remember those earrings that you had in your bedroom? Wink, wink.
After he fixes the telescope, so he's super handy. Just can fix everything apparently.
Yeah,
Then
but he
peeps with
wanted
it.
to get handy too.
Gwen is not concerned enough about how Larry knows about these special earrings that she was wearing in her bedroom by herself. Like, Gwen's level of attentiveness is at a 2. I need it to be at about a 9 with Larry because, yeah, Larry is
Well,
shameless.
She eventually figures out he's being a major creeper after we already saw 10 red flags. And she's like, maybe I'll go get my dad to help you.
Yeah.
It's like, bitch, yes, you should have done that 10 minutes ago.
Right. And then he tells her about the telescope and she's just like, oh, okay.
Not nearly bothered enough, right?
I mean, I will say I haven't seen this movie in its entirety in a very long time. It's one of those things that Kasey knows this about me. When I'm home alone and I need to go to sleep, because I am scared to sleep by myself without any like noise, Universal Monsters or like Psycho or something is usually what I put on in the background. Don't judge me. It is what it is. So not to bum anybody out, but just saying this for reference, I had a miscarriage a couple of years ago and I could not sleep at night. And all I did was watch back to back to back Universal Monster movies. But when they're on in the background, it's not the same as like actually sitting down and watching it and paying attention. When Larry said, oh, don't you remember the earrings in your bedroom? Like my heart literally skipped a beat. Like I kind of gasped. I was like, the fuck? Like, even though we know he saw her on like, which feels pretty audacious for 1941.
Have some tact in your game and don't let on to the woman 30 seconds after you meet her that you're a peeping Tom.
Yeah.
That's his game, though. He has no game, so he's using that.
And to be fair, she fell for it.
He
I'll be
should
here at
have
8. No.
he
3
should have.
times she says no to him over the course of their engaging there.
I have that in my notes.
How many times
Evidently,
do we have
in
to say no?
1941, no does not mean no.
Apparently, at least one more time. But she was smart enough. I will say the smartest thing she did in this entire movie was bring Jenny to cut block him. Best move she made in the entire movie was, hey, Jenny, clearly this guy's a creeper, but I'm still attracted to him. And we all know I'm attracted to bad boys. So maybe come along so I don't do
I'm attracted to bad boys. What reads bad boy other than he was creeping on her?
All right, just creeping on her. But
I was going to say,
she found it hot.
her fiance is not that fucking bad either.
Oh, he's adorable. I mean, Lon Chaney was
maybe
very attractive.
Wee bit rude.
A little bit. Hey, this guy was creeping in on his girl. Like, I don't,
Yeah, so was Daniel LaRusso, but Johnny wasn't rude to him.
What? Johnny was an asshole the entire movie. What universe are you in right now?
Cobra Kai.
Oh, Cobra Kai is different.
Oh my
Anyway.
goodness.
It's an alternate reality to the Miyagi-verse, but back to the Universal
so Larry.
Yeah, you're talking Universal Monsters, so I feel like we would be remiss if we didn't mention that Lon Chaney Jr., who eventually changed his name to go to Lon Chaney once his dad died, Lon Chaney Sr. being Phantom of the Opera in the universe, and the Man of 1,000 Faces, because he just did so much character work. Also, Claude Rains plays Larry's dad here. He was the Invisible Man.
Yes.
So I love that it's kind of all in the family here. We got Bella Lugosi in here as Bella, or
yeah,
Bela.
Bella playing Bella. They worked real hard for that one.
Bela, actually, if we're going to say it correctly. Be all snooty like. But yeah, so they kept it all in the family, which I really appreciated. Every time I watch this more and more, I pick up all the extra stuff. And it's, I don't know, I'm weird like that. It's super fun for me.
Well, and studio movies are like that. Like back in the day when studios are churning out, 20 movies a year, they're very much incestuous with their casting. It's like this person played this person's dad, and now that person's going to play this person's mom, and like they're going to be lovers, but she was his dad 2 movies ago. Like that's just they recycled the same actors over and over, and it's definitely not a bad thing. But I think it's nice to see the crossover, except that. Of course, it's not like Marvel. It's not like an actual universe where the people are connected. It's just we have these actors on retainer and we're going to work their asses off. Like the show ponies, they are.
I did laugh, though. The chief constable is Ralph Bellamy.
I know. Mortimer, we're back.
Yes. Buy low, sell high. I was like, oh my God, it's him. The voice just gave it away.
That's all I could think of. Mortimer, we're back. What about your brother? Fuck him. Oh, Ralph Bellamy. These are literally the only movies I know him from are Trading Places and that one part in Coming to America and then The Wolfman. I know he's been in other stuff.
Same.
But
tells you the breadth of our
name.
Yeah.
Mortimer, we're back. Good times. Okay, I already need more wine for this, so you guys chit chat and I'll be back in like 1.5 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe 125.
Better make it 2.5. You'll fall down the stairs.
Nobody wants that.
So while she's gone, let's talk about, if we can, in the shop after he's creeping on her and he's like trying to find a reason to stay there and talk to her. So he goes over to the walking sticks. He's like, so anyway, maybe I want a walking stick. And he's like bullshitting with her. I like how when the wolf comes out, she's got all of a sudden this Gwen lady has this huge range of knowledge about werewolves. And she just starts offering all this information that she just happens to know. And I thought, apparently, if it's in the encyclopedias, it must be a common thing in this world.
You would think, but I mean, Talbot Castle is, in the encyclopedias, and
Right.
Encyclopedia.
and at the same time, it's like she has all this wealth of knowledge about the werewolf and all of this, but yeah, she can't put two and two together that her respective booty call is a werewolf.
Well, I think it's because she doesn't believe it. It's
She
a
just has
legend.
all the knowledge about it, but doesn't
Yeah.
believe it.
It's like how
She's
we know
willing to
about
put her
fairy
life
tales,
on the
but
line to flirt with freaking no balls.
Wolfman's got nards. uh,
Or
what? Can somebody tell me what the point of the massive telescope is? That thing is way too big for stargazing. And
it's
the dude never looks up at the sky. He's just looking in people's windows.
I know.
it's a
Total
Freudian
creeper.
innuendo.
In the words of Taylor Swift, I look in people's windows like I'm some deranged weirdo. That's what he seems like. And Larry's just helping him
There's
do it.
probably more derangement to him that. Well, I mean, at the same time, flash forward to August on an evening at the movies, we'll be talking about Rear Window, and that motherfucker sat in his
Yeah.
fucking apartment in a wheelchair and freaking did nothing but stare out the window into people's apartments.
Yeah. He looked in people's windows like he was some deranged weirdo.
And it almost got him killed.
So
So
anyway,
Anyway,
back to this movie because I did not watch Rear Window recently. I wanted to ask you guys, since doing my research for this, are you familiar with the Hays Code?
no. What's that?
So the Hays Code was around, I didn't write down the years, but it's around the 1934-ish to like 1968. It was basically pre-MPAA ratings. And so they
Okay.
had a strict list of things that, and it's, if you just Google the Hays Code, you'll find all kinds of fascinating reading about these people that made up all these rules of what you can and can't have in movies. And in this one, it's supposed to be a pentagram for the sign of the werewolf.
Right? And it's a
They
star.
say it. It's a star in a circle. It's not a pentagram, right?
Yeah.
That's because the Hays Code wouldn't allow anything in negative religious aspect like that, a pentagram being satanic or
Right.
evil. And they were like, nope, can't show it. And so we get this goofy looking star in a circle. I was like, thanks, Hays Code.
I was actually surprised they were even allowed to say pentagram, to be honest. When I was watching it, I was like, I'm really surprised they were able to get away with that as part of the storytelling. And then my question is, who controls the pentagram? Like, it just appears on someone's hand before they're going to get killed, but clearly the werewolf's not deciding that. Who decides that?
Yeah, they change the lore of that as werewolf in pop culture, and goes on and on forward, because it always is the inflicted, like it's on the werewolf, not the victims.
Right.
So that always is fascinating to me that they went that route with this movie.
Because I'm like, how do they? I mean, it feels like it's just convenience, because for Bela, it was Jenny just sitting there, Jenny from the blog, asking if she's ever going to get married. Spoiler alert, she is. I'm just kidding. But like, she just happened to be there.
Not to deviate too far, but so violence, brutal killings, graphic violence, detailed depictions of crime methods were not allowed in the movies between 1934 and 1968.
Oh, I did have the years right.
Sex scenes, adultery, rape, seduction, and suggestive nudity were not allowed in the movies.
Yeah, they were super religious based.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Drugs and alcohol? No. Drug trafficking and excessive liquor. Profanity, racial slurs, white slavery,
Except gypsy.
and
worry about that one.
That's why they wore it the fuck out, right? And said it like 50 times. They're like, that's all we can say.
And sex hygiene.
Sex hygiene?
So
Okay.
nobody
Whatever that is.
doing a bikini wax on screen. Could
Nobody
you
was ever
imagine?
like,
the
let
bride
me give
is-
you a towel to wipe that up?
Oh my god.
Guessing Al Pacino didn't have a butt in 1934 to 1968.
What would he have been in those years?
It wouldn't, because The Godfather didn't come out. I'm just saying. I
Oh, okay. Like, what? Wow, sexual hygiene. Okay. But you know what? If you are going to portray a good husband or partner, having the bedside towel, that's a green flag all the way. So I don't see anything wrong with that. Green flags all around if they bring a towel to the bed. Just saying.
You're not getting that with the Hays Code.
No, clearly.
You will not see that in Universal movies.
I was kind of surprised we were allowed to see them kiss, and they actually kissed. They didn't really do the. So I was watching Rear Window last night, and I'm wondering if this is just a Hitchcock thing, because I don't see it in a lot of other movies. But if you've seen Psycho, you know the kissing is not kissing. It's we're smashing our faces together and like rubbing up against each other, but their lips never even make a kissing. I have to fast forward to that part of the movie because it grosses me out so much. And they do it in Rear Window too. Like Grace, like Jimmy Stewart kind of tries, but Grace Kelly is basically just like. But this movie, it looked like they were actually kissing. I mean, it was only for a minute, but.
I'm okay with all the kissing in movies. It doesn't even matter if it's two women, two men, men and a woman, doesn't matter. Just don't open your mouth. I don't want to see your tongue. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, so you don't like that scene?
Yeah, can't do that with kissing. That's the line for me.
Wait, just watching it, or do you not kiss like that either?
Watching it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't watch.
Yeah, I agree.
Open mouth kiss. It's just nope.
Yeah. Oh, we have a comment from
Yes.
Phil. Is it Phil?
I didn't know about.
Sorry.
Sure was a fun time in cinema. You're not wrong, Phil. We were missing out on a lot of cool stuff they could have done. But luckily, the Hays Code didn't go on, too long. And then we got the MPAA to come in and start ruining stuff in a different way.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
they gave us Nightmare on Elm Street too.
Can we talk about why Larry is 3 times the size of his father?
Isn't that insane? I was like, why? Why would they cast that? And the best
that was
part
one
is...
of the.
Oh, no, sir, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say that was the first thing I noticed. As soon as he walks into the freaking castle at the beginning of the movie, it's like Big Larry, Little John,
Little Claude Rains. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's bizarre casting. And I like that his twin brother who died, his picture's on the mantle, and it's just obviously Lon Chaney.
Right.
So dumb.
Hey, they didn't work hard for that. Just like they didn't work very hard for Bela/Bella.
Right. I wanted more of him, though. I'm being honest. I wanted more.
They had $180,000 budget.
That's fair.
In 1941, $180,000 was a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, and like Amanda was saying earlier, they had all these people in the studio system. You'd get locked into contracts and you'd work just for that studio. And so it was very incestuous. So a lot of these people didn't demand a big amount of the budget because they were already locked into contracts.
Yeah.
So probably the budget didn't factor that or very much.
Yeah, they've already told you you're getting X amount of money per movie and you're going to do this many movies, sign on the dotted line.
Studio system, yeah.
Yes, what they did.
I don't know what Lon Chaney's contract was like, but Judy Garland's was almost white slavery.
Yeah, I mean, hers was very... And we've talked about that because we talked about it with Marilyn Monroe too, and just a lot of, people. I mean, Jimmy Stewart and Frank Sinatra probably, the the same way. It's just you
Mhm.
get even Grace Kelly, Princess Grace, but yeah.
So, what did you guys think of the transformation and the makeup and all that in this for the wolf?
I think if I had seen it in that time, it probably would have scared me a little, having not seen stuff like that. But I mean, American Werewolf in London is one of my favorite movies, and that by far is probably my favorite ever werewolf transformation in film because it is so brutal.
Mhm.
It's hard to watch because it's so visceral. So watching this again, I was like, oh, there's a little hair on his legs. Oh, there's more hair. Oh, there's giant clown feet with hair on them. And then all of a sudden, he's got this very, very beautiful mane across his face. Like it's very well kept. It's not all shaggy and froey like the other hair. It's very like
He's well coiffed, yes.
he had a good hairstylist.
I don't know the technical term for it, so somebody out there will know, I'm sure, and will be yelling, why didn't you say it right? But the dissolving, like the way that they show, they put the makeup on and shoot it and then put more makeup and shoot it and then they dissolve it to make it look like a transformation. I
Yeah.
love the way old movies did that, even though it doesn't hold up today. Like it, we're like laughing at it. I'm just a sucker for that. I love a nice dissolved transformation scene. The clown feet I could do without, the big rubber wolf feet.
I mean, again, it's a practical effect. It's doing the best with what
Yeah.
you can get your hands on. And the genius of that, like, even though, yes, today we're like, oh, wow, that looks stupid. If you think about it in those terms, it's like, that's genius. The people
Yeah.
people are coming up with this stuff on the fly. And I mean, I don't know. I have such an appreciation for it, even though it doesn't scare me like it probably would have
Right.
back then. But yeah, it's still amazing.
Yeah, I agree about the practical effect part of it for sure. I'm in movies in general, I'm a practical effect girl all day, every
Me
day.
too.
Yeah.
Same.
So I do appreciate that aspect of it. I, I did want to ask too, did you guys notice next to Gwen's father's shop, painted on the wall is the name of the shop next door? Did you catch what that was,
I didn't.
Kasey? No? So it was Sane Man Products. Sane Man being one word.
Hmm.
I was like,
Maybe
oh,
it was someone's last name.
I know, but I thought it was pretty funny that if you say it slow, it's like Sane Man, as opposed to what Larry's acting like.
An insane man.
Exactly.
I love
just
when the
caught
dude
that.
is when the dude is like, I think any mental illness can be cured with the cooperation of the patient. Cooperation, is that what they called what they did back then? Because no. I
You sit and
saw
let us lobotomize you, you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. Let us just take out pieces of your brain. Or, you know what, you're gay. We're going to sit you in 115-degree water and then move you to 33-degree water. And that will just get the gay right out of you. Like, cooperation.
Right.
You're muted, Kasey, or your thing's doing the thing. Back to Larry for a second. Back to Creeper
Get
Larry.
the gay out of you.
Yes, pray the gay away or burn/freeze the gay away. Basically, it was, we're going to traumatize you so much that you will never speak about this again. That's all it is. So he goes, to pick her up, and he's got the cock blocker with them, but she goes and gets her fortune, and he's like, why don't we take a walk and I'll tell you your fortune? Ew. And then he's talking to her more, and I can't remember what he says because it's all just a bunch of like word vomit. And then he's like, you know what I mean, wink, wink. And she's like, I'm afraid I do. I was like, what she meant to say was, unfortunately, I do, you stupid motherfucker. Like, stop. Speaking of sexual innuendo, it was very
Violation of the Hays Code.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Hays Code was like a line that they jump roped with, or jumped rope with. Jump roped. Oh, the gummy's kicking in.
Yeah, this show would not cut the mustard with the Hays Code. Sorry about it.
Oh, never. So yeah, she's like, I'm afraid I do. I'm like, she's like, oh, come on, dude, fuck you.
I did like that Gwen had the balls to bring her friend, though. She's
I
like, yes,
know.
I'll meet you, but here's my friend.
Yes.
To make sure no funny business happens. And then she sneaks away in the woods, though, for some funny business.
Right. Let's
Girl.
make sure there's no tomfoolery.
Right.
That's probably what they would have called it too.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, what about the carnival? When the dude challenges him to a shooting contest, like, first of all, talking about Wolfman having nards, they're just out there swinging dicks. They're like, he's like, come on, let's shoot. We'll have some fun.
I called it the pissing match in my notes. I was like, it's going down.
And poor Larry, he's doing so well. And then he sees the dog and it just takes him out and he can't shoot it.
The dog, it's a wolf.
Or a dog.
How
A wolf's a
apropos,
dog?
right? No.
I was crying.
And then he runs off like a little kid having a tantrum.
It's a cardboard wolf, and he's like, oh,
So traumatized. Yeah.
Sorry, that might be the funniest moment of the whole movie for me. Was just like how grossed out he was by seeing that wolf. He's like, no, don't look at me. Somebody take my gun away.
Now, the funniest part to me is when Larry goes after he realizes what's happening and he goes to Gwen. He's like, I'm just going to run away. And she's like, I'll go with you. Bitch, it's been less than 24 hours. What do you mean you're going with him?
Let me just go grab a few things.
What?
Daddy, I'm going with Larry. The fuck you are.
And back to the whole point that she has all this wealth of knowledge about werewolves, but yet she's willing to just pack up and run away after knowing this dude for 24 hours.
And she is betrothed to her childhood best friend, which
Mm-hmm.
we already know she doesn't care about. But
Right, arranged marriage.
I'm going with
Obviously
Larry.
not.
No, ma'am, you are not going anywhere.
So the wolf attack, when he beats it to death with the stick, it's supposed to be Bela. That wolf apparently was Lon Chaney's German Shepherd at the time.
I knew that was a German Shepherd.
I have a friend who dropped that bit of knowledge on me, so he's
That's
pretty
amazing.
smart when it comes to stuff like that. Yeah.
When I saw it, I was like, that looks like a German Shepherd, not a wolf.
Yeah, you would be right.
But, you know, they got to use what they got to use. I'm not going to get mad about it. But
100%. I wanted to also mention real quick, Kasey, you are correct in trying to say this is not a movie. It's got to be 80 minutes to be considered a motion picture, like a real bona fide movie. And this is only an hour, 9 minutes. So I'm kind of with you on that.
69.
But I don't mind a nice brisk movie though. Like it goes by so fast and goes down so smooth.
is it considered a short film, though? Because I thought those were like under 45.
No,
That
it's
could be wrong.
considered a movie, but technically, if you were to Google what is the feature length motion picture requirement of minutes, it's 80
Okay.
now.
Short film is 40. So,
But yeah, back
Which-
then, easy breezy, 69 minutes in and out.
that's
what she said.
That's a 69. But
Yeah, I'm
and it comes full
stuck
circle.
on an evening at the movies with a couple creepy perverts.
Okay, movie miss ma'am down there, you can act like you don't know how she is, but you've known me since 2020. You know I'm a pervert. So don't act surprised. Get off your haze code and your pearls clutched around your neck and just calm down.
I'm not shocked or surprised by either of you.
The only pearls you should be thinking about is a pearl necklace. I really don't
It's
know.
not Friday night yet. It's not Friday night yet, so calm down.
Anyway, speaking of sexual innuendo, when he gives her the necklace and she's like, I never accept a gift without giving back something in return. Hays Code, where are you at on that?
She didn't get to act on it, right?
Sexual innuendo.
Wow. Yeah, I was like, okay, all right, Gwen, I see what you're working with.
Ah,
That's what
well, I
she
feel like
gives
I
back
missed
in
the boat
return.
on. I missed the memo that said I needed to be eating right now, you guys. Like, what do I missed
Oh,
the
I'm
memo.
sorry.
No, you're both eating. It's making me hungry, to be
You
honest.
don't need to be. I just really wanted to bring Frank to the party because I really love this thing. I wore it all around Universal, even when there was no popcorn in it.
Okay, fair. Well, I gotta tell you, I just did a quick recheck over my notes, and that's pretty much all I had because this movie is damn short. So
Yeah.
It really is.
I don't have any more notes.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys. I know that, okay, with the old gypsy woman, Bela is her son and blah, blah, blah. Do you think that's why she's trying to protect Larry and trying to help him? Or if not, why is she helping him? Like, it feels very weird that she's just out there trying to protect him. She helps him when he gets caught in the bear trap.
That is hysterical too, right? Like it's not even piercing the skin.
Right? He just gets out of it and walks away with his foot completely intact.
Totally fine. And he's out there just strolling barefoot, like doo doo doo. And the guys confront him. He's like, "Hey, I'm just hanging out barefoot in my clothes."
I'm doing the same thing you're doing. I'm hunting.
Oh my god.
Hey, Larry.
I think she's helping out of knowing, like, guilt of knowing that the curse is spreading. It's her fault because it's her family that's cursed, or at least her son. And so it's kind of
Yeah.
like out of guilt trying to help.
That's fair.
That's kind of how I read it anyway.
I mean,
I'm
she
not
took
gonna
us to
lie.
the
I
back
still
lady.
go back to the point that the actor who plays Bela in the movie, who it is,
You don't know who that is? Is that what you just said?
no, I love the fact that that's who it is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Bella is Bella. Bela is Bela.
Where were you 52 minutes ago when
Yeah,
we
I think
talked
he
about
missed us
that?
talking about that.
The
I was
incestuous
probably off
universal
freaking headset.
We had a whole conversation about this, my dude.
responsible
It's okay.
host you are. Okay, got it.
Thanks for joining the party. Welcome.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, this movie is a lot of fun, I will say. I mean,
it
again,
is.
if I had been the right age for it, like, okay, 'cause Michael Myers is on my shirt. I'm going to use this as an example, but you got the little kids in 1978 watching The Thing from Outer Space, and they're scared. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you're a kid back then, the Wolfman's going to scare you, Dracula's going to scare you, Frankenstein's going to scare you. Now I'm just kind of like, the only thing that scared me about this movie was Larry being a sexual predator. But
Agreed. No, I'm agreed with you. It's not scary by
it's
any
still
means, but
great.
it's a lot of fun. It's fun.
The score is fantastic.
Mhm.
Fantastic. Very, very good. And a lot of these Universal movies, the scores are very similar, and I'll say that about most of them. I think they're all just, you just don't get music like that anymore.
Right.
That sounds so old.
Why you gotta take cheap shots at John Williams?
No, I mean, John Williams is a whole other breed of, yeah. And don't think when we get to Jaws that may not be my top 5, is top 5 John Williams scores, but that's for next month. But yeah, these movies just give me a very nostalgic feeling of like,
Mhm.
watching them on like AMC Fear Fest, like late at night, or like, my mom might be playing it at some point, or just other times where I've needed something to comfort me. It's always these like old black and white, quote unquote, scary movies, because they don't scare me, but they bring me comfort. And I don't know. It's just they're a very comforting thing for me. I'm gonna say comfort again.
It's about the same for me because watching them when I was young, on the the Sunday monster movie marathons, and it's nostalgia now. I think that's why they're fun for me. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, well, should we go ahead and move to our top 5s real quick and then do our reviews?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, movie Miss Ma'am, I will let you do your top 5 first since you are the guest.
Well, thank you. I went with top 5 werewolf-centered films.
Okay.
Because I'm a horror
Monster
movie
Squad.
fanatic. And no, that is not a werewolf-centered film. He's one of an ensemble.
Wait, which one?
The Monster Squad.
Oh, fair. Yeah, it's not a werewolf-centered movie.
No, he's an ensemble. So I didn't go favorite werewolves in film. I went favorite werewolf movies. And I ended up with more of a top 10 than a 5, so I'm going to lump some together because werewolves are my favorite subgenre. Like my favorite of the horror movies. Okay. So for number 5,
I swear to God, if Twilight comes up, we're going to have a problem.
You can go fuck yourself.
Okay, first of all, Twilight's not a werewolf-centered film. The wolves aren't even in it. Anyway.
Not the first one, but yeah.
I'll fight you. I'll fight you. Okay. So that's a little more. Hot take, I didn't like those films. So watch for those to be released.
I don't care. He knows it.
Watch for those to be released in my feed next week for Let's Talk Turkeys.
Ooh.
Now, on to this. Okay, werewolves. So number 5, counting down, I've got The Howling.
Yes.
And the hotly debated and not liked Howling Reborn that came from like 2011 or something. People slept on that. They went, oh my God, another Howling movie. How terrible. They do some of the best combination of practical and CGI for the wolves in that version that I was so excited because I love practical effects, as we just talked about. So those get my number 5 spot. You got to look it up.
I love The Howling.
So yeah, I'm the person that's like, watch The Howling, skip all the sequels until you get to Howling Reborn and watch that one.
Okay, I'll watch it.
And then, so number 4, I've got again a shared spot with Howl from 2015. I want to say with Sean Pertwee, where people are in England, they're stranded on a train in the middle of the night and they get attacked by werewolves. Practical effects used flawlessly with a tiny bit of CGI to make it all work.
So like Train to Busan, but with werewolves?
It's so well done that it will, if you get freaked out by stuff like this, where it's like tension and suspense and they're trapped, totally your bag, then you'll like it. Howl. And it shares a spot though with Bad Moon, which I have to give a mention to. I love Bad Moon from, I want to say 91, 92. I just covered it on Movies for Days. He wanted to do a werewolf movie. I was like, yes, Bad Moon. It's got practical effects because it's from the early 90s.
Okay.
Yeah, the wolves are well represented. It's awesome. And a dog is the star of the movie.
Yay!
And spoiler alert, it lives. So
thank God.
I love that movie. Bad Moon. I would say look that one up.
Okay.
Okay, so then the next spot I'm going with Dog Soldiers. And I'm kind of throwing werewolves in there as well. The new Frank Grillo film from last year or early this year, because it's the military vibe in both the movies and practical effects.
Dog Soldiers is better than The Howling?
I love Dog Soldiers because in The Howling, we get limited effects. Like we don't get to see full shots of these wolves standing right in front of them and attacking them like we do in Dog Soldiers. So that's why I leaned that way, just because, again, practical effects impress me more. And then I went with American Werewolf in London and Paris for number 1.
Paris, yes. Both good.
And I throw in And Paris because I love a good horror comedy.
Yes.
There's very few in my opinion, horror comedies that work, and that's one of them.
I agree. And then the OG, oh my God, like Griffin Dunn, one of my crushes.
Yes.
Like just even as a decrepit zombie or whatever, he is still so hot.
He's amazing, right? I still need that figure that they made of him.
Yeah.
And then of course my last honorable, I had to throw in honorable mentions because again, Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox.
Yes.
And Silver Bullet with Corey Haim and Gary Busey.
Silver Bullet's my number 1.
Yeah, okay. I can see why. It's a solid film. But see, you can see why I had so many on my list. I couldn't just stick to 5. I was like, there's too many good werewolf movies. Like I left off so many Ginger Snaps, Late Phases. Yeah. Like I couldn't even get them all on the list, so.
Underworld. But
Yeah.
not. It's
Spoiler
not
alert.
centric,
Coming
I
up
get it, but
in September.
what
It's
is?
an ensemble.
Oh, Silver Bullet. Yes.
Silver
yes.
Bullet.
Yeah, I know. So what's your number one? The Wolfman?
Oh, it was American Werewolf in London.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, the
Yeah, that-
Wolfman, many versions
Slash
that there
Paris.
have been. Yeah, slash Paris. Thank you.
Sorry, I missed.
No, you're fine. This Wolfman didn't make the list because we're discussing it. I thought I'd just go ahead and leave it off the list. It's given that it's a good film for me. And then the remakes, I absolutely adore the one with Benicio del Toro. A lot of people didn't like it. I say if you're a hater, rewatch it because I think it aged fairly well to where it gives you that universal vibe.
Okay.
And then I really, really hated the new Lee one.
I haven't watched it yet.
So
Yeah,
where
but I also
my jam? Like, I'll be honest, I have not watched, and the Wolf movie with Jack Nicholson was so bad that I was like, I don't know. I'm a vampire girly, and I can
Mhm.
appreciate wolf stuff, but I don't seek it out. So a lot of these
Sure.
movies, I probably need to go watch them because other than Silver Bullet, Teen Wolf, American Werewolf in London, I grew up on those, so I love them. But
Yeah.
it's not because of the werewolf factor. It's just in general, I love the movies.
Fair.
So, all right. Well, for my top 5,
Co-host?
I did. Oh, yes. I did top 5 Universal monster movies. So I didn't do the monsters, but I did the specific movies because there's so many. And I haven't ranked them. I have just now realized this. So we will be doing this on the fly. Okay. Number 5. We're going to say Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
Good
Can't go wrong
one.
with that. Such a good one.
Yes.
So fun. And I think there's a mummy one and an Invisible Man one with Abbott and Costello. Like they did a few, but
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 of them.
As much as I am a vampire movie lover, I will say of the old school Universal, I am more of a Frankenstein person. I don't know. So, number 4, speaking of Frankenstein, we're going to go with Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. I like when they collide worlds, again, with the whole incestuous thing. Love it. Number 3, The Invisible Man, because who didn't want to fucking be invisible after watching that and being like, I want to be invisible for all the reasons. Like, it would just be so much fun.
Do you know how many banks I would be robbing if I was invisible?
Like, the wrong that I would be doing if no one could see me would be off the charts, which is probably a good idea that it's not an actual thing. That was number 3, right? Okay. Number 2, I am going with House of Dracula. There's a lot of good Dracula movies. I had Dracula, Dracula's Daughter, and House of Dracula, but I think House of Dracula is probably my favorite. It's just a little more engaging. Okay. And then number 1, and I am very sad I didn't get to wear my shirt of this tonight, but it's packed. But my number 1 is Bride of Frankenstein. And so
that's my husband's favorite Universal movie.
I have a shirt of Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein, and he's holding her up like in Dirty Dancing, like Johnny and Baby.
Oh my God, I love it.
And that's what I wanted to wear tonight, but it's packed. So it's packed with my Halloween shirts. So, because I have like 30. So yeah, but I think Bride of Frankenstein's probably my favorite. She's just a fucking queen, and yeah. I had House of Frankenstein, Dracula, Dracula's Daughter, The Wolfman, and The Mummy for honorable mentions. So
okay, solid list. I like it.
Thank you.
So,
sorry, Dracula. Real quick, just for the score is like
only half did. Oh.
Okay.
So your host only half did his homework because he was busy rewatching the movie again. But so
do you have a sound effect we can put in that goes boo?
Right.
I do have a soundboard that I need to figure out how to freaking use, and yes, that is one of the sound effects that is on it.
It's okay. I did it for
But
you.
I will go with the easy way out.
Yes.
I will.
I
I
love you so
will
much.
go with the easy cop out and go with my top 5 Universal monsters. I
There you go.
will. Amanda did the movies. I will focus on my favorite of the main monsters. Um, my honorable mention is going
Not
to
prank
be
campaigning.
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Good one.
Good
It
one.
may pop up somewhere in my top 5.
Better.
Honorable mention though is Creature from the Black Lagoon. Number 5, I'm going to go with The Mummy.
Hmm.
His costume is so simple.
Number 4, we'll
It's all
go
Cottonelle.
The Invisible Man. Number 3, we'll go with The Wolfman. Number 2, Frankenstein. Number 1.
What'd you say
So
number 1 was?
You froze. What
again,
was number
like
1?
I forewarned, but my number 1 is in that category. Dracula.
Yeah, you froze and your feed's messed up, but it was Dracula, right?
Bloodsucker.
Exactly.
Bela.
Poor
My
guy.
Wi-Fi acting up again.
He just wants to find love.
That's right.
Speaking of
Exactly.
Dracula, really quick,
Oh.
when this episode comes out, I will be tagging all the tags because, God damn it, Jason Segel, if you do not give me the Dracula puppet musical that we were promised in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, I swear to God, it's been like, what, 15 years since that movie came out? I want my Dracula puppet musical. Okay.
Pretty sure that ship has sailed if it's been 15. Has it been 15 years?
I want to say, no, not quite.
Yeah.
That movie's 2008. So, yeah. Wait, yeah. Right? I can't, maths are hard. Leave me alone. Also, I
Close
with
enough.
all of that, with all of that said, though, this episode has been a lot of fun. I love talking about Universal monsters. At the same time, I love watching the Universal monster movies. They are a good gateway drug to the world that is contemporary horror. But also, thank you to the Unpop Kernels for being here each and every week. You guys are incredibly amazing. Thank you to Movie Miss for being here again.
Thank you for having me back.
Even though we slowly drug through the episode, but I digress.
We got there eventually.
I think if Luana had been here.
Is there anything coming up on Let's Talk Turkeys that you would like to let the audience know about?
So at the moment, I'm just in the process of remastering and re-releasing older episodes into the feed as if they're new, but they're not. They're old, but they're still great. So please listen to them. We're in all the places: Spotify, Apple, Good Pods, YouTube, all the places. I'm on social media as Let's Talk Turkeys, also as Movie Miss on Instagram, Blue Sky Slasher, all the fun places, Facebook. For a new show, season 5, that will be forthcoming. I'm currently recording and editing those episodes and getting them ready for the new year. So I'm delay on season 5. And then also I have a new project in the new year coming up. I'm going to be doing an erotica podcast.
Ooh.
Where I read sexy bits and talk about them. So
Yeah.
that should be fun. Yeah. So I've got that coming as well as a side project, not part of Let's Talk Turkeys. It's in the Movie Miss universe.
So do you have Quinn? Because I have Quinn.
You got
Do you have Quinn?
you got
Quinn
the attention of Amanda's sexy bit.
I don't, Amanda. I don't.
Oh, Quinn is all audio erotica. It's all again, I'm in Texas. We can't get porn anymore, so Quinn's the only thing we can get. And it's super just amazing, hot. Well, we don't know that they're hot, but their voices are hot reading
Yes.
erotica. Yeah.
But
Highly
yeah.
recommend Quinn. Quinn, sponsor me.
Yeah, that's what I have going on at the moment. And then hopefully another side project with Miss Amanda. She and I will be talking about that, but that will be down the road a little further. So at the moment, just my show and the erotica. So thanks for asking.
Cool, because I still got to move.
Right.
I'm so glad you came. I'm so glad you're going to be back for Jaws next month. And we still have
I'm
Moana for Jaws.
super psyched about Jaws. That is my favorite movie of all time. Number one, hands down, forever. It gets all my love. I have a
Friday
Jaws
the 13th
bathroom.
Part 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I want to do that one too, if you'll let me.
I am hoping to get my hands on one of the Jaws popcorn buckets before that episode.
Girl, I have been on the
hardest
Alamo.
time finding one.
I've been on the Alamo Draft House
Same.
Waiting list. Yeah, for 2 months.
But Alamo's not the only one that's doing them. Other places are doing them too. I just need to go look. But they're not the same ones. Like they're all different. The Alamo one is obviously the one we want. It's the shark.
coolest
the mouth
one,
open.
yeah.
Like, that's what we want. But at this point, if I can get some kind of like 50th anniversary Jaws memorabilia, especially a popcorn bucket, I'll take it because Frank needs a friend.
He's so cool.
I'm really in love with this thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Clearly.
I know. We need a room.
All right. So
All right.
coming up on an evening at the movies, we've got one more classic Hollywood movie coming up where we'll be talking James Bond and Goldfinger.
Goldmember. No. It's Goldfinger. My bad.
And then we're on to Summerween, where we will be talking It, Chapter 1, Jaws, Friday the 13th, Part 2, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and then a whole bunch of other stuff coming. I listed it last night, and I'm not going to go down that list again because it'll take forever, and it's already almost 8 o'clock at night. So, peace, love, and happiness. Co-host, take us home.
All right, Movie Miss, thank you for being here again. Everybody go listen to Let's Talk Turkeys.
Yes, please.
We hope you enjoyed this episode and had fun, and definitely go watch some Universal movies, and we hope you all come back for an evening at the movies. Goodbye.
Bye.
Peace and hair grease.